on my family's Montana farm, which is super exciting, and we're starting on the homestead part, which was homesteaded by my great-grandfather in 1912. So that's really, really awesome. The wheat looks pretty good here. I think we finished the first day of the 2020 harvest, which is super exciting and also a little bit sad.
Hey, the auger just dropped and it's dumping out the outside of the grain bin.
Oh no, those are the bin guys, and
the bin is probably full.
The craziness of harvest, it's like running a marathon for a little over a month, and then the rest of the year seems absolutely really slow comparatively, and there will be lots of more fun videos to come. So right now it's about 1 o'clock. It's another day of Montana harvest, and we're cutting winter wheat today. Oh,
you ready, Kate?
I'm ready. I love, love, love my combine. It's absolutely fantastic. It always works, and I can always rely on it. Except, well, last year a bearing went out in the wheel and the wheel fell off, but that's a whole nother story. So when I was telling the story of how harvest was, and everyone I was talking to who didn't have a farming family didn't really know how their food, what the producers did, what the farmers did to get their food to their table, and I thought it was absolutely horrible that people didn't know, and I want to make that change, and I want to teach people how their food gets to their table and what the hard work is behind a farmer and what they do to get it there, and how important farmers are in America. Here I'm going 1.8 miles an hour. That's pretty fast for this combine. Well, it varies on the wheat. If it's a little bit less, it's not fast at all. That's why I pay a lot of attention, because I want to make sure to save the birds. The process a farmer goes through. So I'm gonna go see how full my grain tank is and see if I can keep going, or in this heaviness of wheat, how far I can go before it starts raining grain on the roof. Let's see. Because that was pretty full. There's never a dull moment. Something crazy is always going on. I wanted to make a video on combine etiquette because it is a key component in keeping an operation going. Combine etiquette includes radio conversations. It also includes what to wear on a combine, as well as manners, because they are so important. For example, if you radio conversation back and forth and someone else was helpful, then you say thank you, because it's always nice to hear a thank you on the radio. It makes me smile, and I know it makes the other combine people feel better. Now, as far as combine attire goes, although I would like to wear a dress on a combine, it's not necessarily the most appropriate thing to wear. And that's kind of just combine etiquette wrapped up in a small little video, because it's very important, and it keeps the operation going. Really, if the combine etiquette is not executed correctly, not very many people are happy. And sometimes people can be quite grumpy during harvest. I don't know why, but they can be. And when you say thank you and just add extra things like that to the day, it just puts a smile on their face and makes it a little bit better. And that's what we want to do as combine drivers, and as combine drivers with good combine etiquette. Combine and moved it over to the summer fallow, and Dad came over to check it out. Right now is the very last lap I'm doing, so I thought I'd get out, and we don't have a full sunset right now, but the sun is beautiful. I'm excited because I'm tired and it's the end of the day, but I'm also excited to get to do it all over again tomorrow. Here are the 1 mile wheat rows right behind me. These ruts are pretty big. Someone drove here when it was muddy, and that's the problem with these ruts. I'm getting in my combine right now and moving it to the other field because the grain cart guy didn't show up.
Life pictures are good, okay?
Yeah.
Action, this is real stuff. We didn't stage this. This is what it is. You know, we do all this stuff to get paid for the product, and everybody gives you the least they can and charges the most they can for everything else. And so you can't control that part, but you can control your part. The part about getting up in the morning, about having machines ready to go, about other stuff that you can't control. I can't control if Austin's going to get up in the morning. I can't go wake everybody up. But this is our payday. We do not come to work if it was the day you were going to get paid.
Well, thank you for the ride, Dad.
Okay.
Right now we're at the bins. This is the grain in the grain bin. And grasshoppers are in here. And it's filled clear to the top. Here I have a cricket. Good afternoon. It's another day of wheat harvest on the farm in Montana. It's just a really great field and I love it. Lunch was very delicious. Our cook is absolutely phenomenal. She's the nicest ever. And so I always enjoy having lunch. And make sure to comment down below if you learned something new and what it was, what you didn't know before about farming. Here we are at the bins that we saw in the last video. I just pulled out of my row right here. My temperature gauge was pegged out and it started going off. Right now I am stopped because there is a coulee coming up and I'm full of grain, so you don't want to go down the coulee when you're full of grain because your grain will spill over the top and that's just never a good idea, and I wouldn't even be able to make it the length of the coulee before it started raining on my roof. And the grain cart guy went to dump someone else first, so I'm just waiting. Maybe if you're at home watching and you didn't know what farmers did so that you could have food on your table, you do now, and you know a little bit more, and hopefully these videos just put a smile on your face, because they sure put a smile on my face making them. I see a pheasant and he's in my wheat swath. I just radioed and said that.
What is that, Kate?
A pheasant.
Oh, well, don't run him through the combine.
No, I won't. I think it's a baby.
It's hard to make him do the right thing and get out of your swamp. Are you seeing that?
Dad, there's really miniature baby pheasants. Oh my gosh, they are like maybe an inch big and they're all in the swath. Oh my gosh, I have to go and video this. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Oh my gosh, they are so cute. I hope I didn't hit any of them. Oh my gosh. I can hear them. Oh no. I don't know what to do. And we want to make sure we save them because I didn't hurt them yet, and it's so good that they were further ahead in the wheat swath. I can hear their little footsteps. The mom ran away, but the babies keep just going forward, a little bit further forward in the wheat swath. They're not going out.
Well, if you know where they're at, just leave a little bit of it and then we'll pick it up later.
Okay, they were microscopic and so cute. You don't pay attention to your combine. Like I said in a previous episode, you can't save birds' lives. I decided to get some wheat because I always get a little bit of wheat at harvest, and in order to keep it good you have to put some sort of shellac on it. But I went out in the wheat swath and picked this up, and now it's my passenger while I'm roading to lunch. But I did get quite a bit of it, and it's a little scratchy. I think I might have gotten a wheat sliver. Here's a little close-up of the wheat I have as my passenger. Right now, I'm going to have a combine snack, and today I've chosen an orange. I grabbed 2 oranges, not just one, and I'm very excited to have one right now. I'm just driving combine. It's not really eventful, so I don't have to have my hands on the steering wheel. Very delicious. Also to mention, I saw the biggest cricket ever. He was like the size of my hand. Well, maybe not quite. That might be a little bit of an exaggeration, but he was definitely very large. He was probably the size of at least my thumb. It's always a little harder to steer when you're in 3rd gear going 19 miles an hour. We have the big headers on now, and we're cutting barley. That's very exciting. I've got to be really full. My grain tank buzzer's been going off quite a while. I can hear the barley raining off my roof.
Next step, so we need to climb up and open that lid too.
Lunch was very delicious. Oh my gosh, lately we've been having watermelon, and I love watermelon, and it's been fantastic. The most delicious watermelon you can think of. It's so good, and definitely a harvest must.
I wonder if this is the bag of grain that the bear got in right here.
Oh my goodness, I guess there was a bag of grain that a bear got into, and my dad was just saying, is it the one here? Okay, we finally got up to it. Beautiful Montana sunsets, and especially during harvest time because all the ground is flat and you get to be in your combine. Just you and your combine. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Kate's Egg. Today we are taking a journey to Hotchkiss Seed Cleaning Plant in Choteau, Montana on the Rocky Mountain front. It's going to be very exciting. We are going to take a whole tour and see how seeds are cleaned. Now this is a key component that not many people know about, so it's almost like a secret operation in the agriculture industry. Hello everyone, we're at Hotchkiss Seed, and I'm here with Chrissy Hotchkiss and Barrett Hotchkiss.
This is Philip. He's our seed plant manager out here. So we've got a farmer coming in to get loaded out with some seed.
So on the top I have screens in there that'll take out like the rocks or all the big stuff
Oh yeah.
that comes out.
We are going to have a wonderful day, and I'm just so excited. We have the seeders, and they are currently seeding. We have 2 seeders in the one field, and then we have my dad with our hired man and the tractor picking rocks.
1 tank of seed takes 2 tanks of fertilizer to 1 tank of seed.
Hi everyone, this is Darcy.
Hi.
These are the 3 containers that we're going to... And I'll go and get you a close-up of what it looks like. This is just so cool, and then you have these tubes. Everyone, welcome to Kate's Egg. I'm Kate, and I'm here with Ryan Fifley, and he will be telling us all about malt. Ryan has a super special way of making malt. So how do you kind of make your malt?
I came up with a drum design that I built here on the farm, and we actually do all 3 steps within the same drum: the steep, the germ, and the kiln.
All of the technical behind-the-scenes, super interesting work leads to the final product that you've all been hoping for, a beer.
A beer.
And although I can't drink it, Ryan can explain a little more.
Well, I'll be honest, it's quite satisfying at the end of the hard day on the farm to enjoy a beer that you grew the grain, you malted it, and you delivered it to the local brewery. So, though Kate can't, I'm going to enjoy a wonderful craft beer from our local craft brewery.
Today we are hauling wheat, which is amazing, so we're going to have so much fun. And this machine can fill a semi in 10 minutes. Isn't that amazing? We're going to wait for a semi to come back and take a ride. In my harvest videos, this is the exact same field. I was picking up wheat in, and you actually also saw a clip of it being swathed. Oh yeah, the deer and the antelope come and eat it as well, so that's also great because it's so fun to see the deer around. And look at the mud here. So we don't know how much longer we'll be able to haul today because it's so muddy out. And it's gonna get too soft to haul. Here we're in a field that we planted this year, and I'm going to show you the little wheat growing. It's really cute. And it's winter wheat, so it has to freeze in order to grow, or else it'll kind of grow up like grass. Here we're just passing the nuclear missile base. We have a field around it, so I thought that that's pretty cool. It's right there. We got a drone to get better footage, so that's kind of cool. There it is. My dad likes to fly it.
Small grain crops, wheat, barley, and pulse crops like peas and beans in this area.
Yeah, that's a lot of what's grown in this area as well.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. Right now, we're just in line at the elevator.
That hydraulic probe there is going to probe our truck and take a sample of grain out.
To go to the pit, so that's pretty exciting. And then the light just turned green. So here's Steve coming in.
Hello.
Hi.
Taking a few pictures?
Yes, if that's okay. Thank you. So here's the wheat coming out. Now we're about to have some delicious hot chocolates from Lily Bean Coffee Shop in Dutton, Montana. Now, earlier in the video, I was hauling grain with Steve Wall, who is Lily's husband, and Lily has the absolute best coffee shop in Dutton. It is so delicious. So we always love to eat the sandwiches, but today we're going to have hot cocoa. May we have 2 cups of hot chocolate?
Yes.
Thank you. It's so important to support local.
Yep, so the bread comes from a local bakery, our donuts come from a local bakery.
The stuff is
Fabulous.
so, it's fabulous, just like my dad said.
There's a bin right above our head with 110,000.
Right now we're at the top of the bins. This is just incredible and the view is spectacular. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Oh, and this is Conrad over here, and so this elevator's in Conrad. Behind us is the train that is getting loaded with all of the grain, so that's really cool.
Going to the coast.
Yep, it's going to the coast. Yes, to get put on a boat. And then there's the grain storage right there. It's pretty slippery, so we're going to be very careful. Well, I had to get it on video just in case. And it even comes with a bird's nest. They don't charge you anymore for that bird nest, so that is such a plus. If you could get yourself a hold of the 55 John Deere with the bird nest, that'll be great. Now we're going back to the car, back through the wheat field, and on to the next fun thing today. Do you think we should try one?
Why, sure.
We've never tried these before, have we, Grandpa?
No, we haven't tried nothing like this.
Thank you. Now we're here at my grandpa's shop, and we're going to show you some tractors my grandpa used to run on the farm.
And I've never seen this tractor break down, ever. But then I've never seen it run either. So
we believe it's the most reliable tractor on this farm.
I think so too. This was a really good tractor. I did have to drive these when I was a kid. My father sent my oldest brother out with me to fix the tractor because they knew what happened. I'd never had it happen. But in the meantime, before that happened, Kate, I'd found this rubber snake by the gas station.
Oh no, I know where this is going.
And so when Short was fixing the tractor, I took that rubber snake and I put it under the seat. So he fixed the tractor all up and he went to get in the fuel pickup. He gets in it and he's closing it, you know, he's looking down. And that's where I had the snake coming out from, was from under the seat, and he totally freaked out. He was very upset about that.
This is an old General Motors truck that we also used to use for grain hauling. Yeah, oh my, there's mice. Yeah, well, we are not going to look in the fertilizer compartment because a very scary friend just visited us. A mouse. There was a mouse in the fertilizer compartment, and it was alive, and it was moving, it was on the move. Was that scary or what? It's a little bit of a water auger, and it does not fold back either. It just stays out, so you want to make sure you don't hit anything with this combine, because it's a lot easier to run into things. What would you say is the best combine you've ever had, or the best tractor?
John Deere combine and tractor.
He probably liked the John Deere combines with no cabs. He was a real fan of them. If you guys get stuck, I can come rescue you guys.
Oh, we won't get stuck on my
Yeah, sure.
Yes, you are, Grandpa. Today, my dad and I are going to go flying. That was a pretty fantastic flight, Dad, wouldn't you?
Yeah, we made it back alive.
We made it back alive. Well, that's a plus. We always want to hear that, right, Dad?
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye. 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 Bye.
Prost.
Bye. 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 Goodbye, 2020. Happy New Year.